Namaste, namaste, my friends. Here we are for a special full moon tarot. Full moon in Mercury Retrograde. Full moon in Mercury Retrograde. And here we are for a special tarot session to see what does this full moon in Mercury is bringing us all. I'll do all the signs as quick as I can. I'll try to keep this session short so all of us can go through all our sun, moon and rising signs. Today is also a very special day in India. We have something called Raksha Bandhan, which is a day when sisters tie a sacred thread like these two here, for protection as a male entity, as the masculine entity which would prevail in the family, supposedly. Hopefully. So they are praying for their own brother's safety, and they are asking for the brother to protect them as well. Don't take it misogynistically, it is just men being taught their responsibilities. Just that reminder of their responsibilities. And hopefully with this they can also respect women who are not of their own family. That's the idea. Okay, so full moon in Mercury retrograde in duration of the Lion's Gate portal. Very, very special moon indeed. And let's see what messages does it have to bring to all of us. So let's first get a card for the entire world, if there's a message for the entire world. The last time we got transformation, which was a death card. This time, okay. It's burdens and responsibilities. Right, an apt message for the Mercury retrograde. The message is 10 of Wands. 10 of Wands is all about burdens and responsibilities that we have. Some of us may be shouldering a lot of burdens also on behalf of others. Financial burdens, emotional burdens, mental burdens, all sorts of burdens. Okay, so burdens doesn't just mean things that have been handed to us, but also things that we have willfully taken. Like the person in this card is holding 10 wands in all in one go, and those wands are not tied together. So first message is tie your loose ends. Okay, tie the loose ends in your financial situations, tie the loose ends in your relationship situations. If there are burdens that you're shouldering on behalf of others, in that case you may let some of the burdens go. I'm not talking about all of them, but you can let some burdens go because people are supposed to take care of their own burdens too, to a great extent. So let some burdens go and be willing to take that extra responsibility. So if you're aiming to go high or aiming high and trying to go strong, be willing to do that extra step, because for a lot of us this last few years have been tough. Finally it seems like, okay, we are being given opportunities and responsibilities. So while letting go of some extra burdens, try and put that energy that you'll be saving into taking extra responsibilities for your own growth and the vested projects that you put yourself into. Be willing to hard work, of course, and aim towards completion. Okay, like this person has got loose ends on or loose burdens. Basically, if you would tie them up in a nice neat bunch, these wands that he's carrying, it would become much easier. But all he's trying to do is hold on to them with two different hands at two different angles, and it's not working. So there must be a lot of things that you can see which are not working. One, try to tie the loose ends. Okay, that'll save you a lot of time and effort. And whatever time and effort you save, be willing to put in that extra effort for your own growth, because now it's time to head towards completion. The Mercury retrograde is in the middle. We are more so not in the middle, like towards the last end. There's another week or so to go. 1.5 weeks, no, 27, no, half, 1 week, almost 1 week. Right, so with that message for the world, let's move on to Aries. My dear Arians, or Aries sign, fiery ones, and I think we got some, okay, 1 and 2, the cards that flipped, right, anything else? No. Okay, we'll just do with the 2 cards. Message number 1, message number 2, and message number 3 would have been the same thing. So, message number 1 or card number 1 for you is the Hierophant. Now, the Hierophant is all about, again, we'll carry on from the first card that we picked or that showed up, the Ten of Wands. Now, Hierophant is carrying on the responsibility from Ten of Wands to using the traditional approach, okay, making a rule book for yourself, like what is working and what is not working and how to fix, and what is right, what is wrong in your perspective. It's all about your perspective. Everybody has their own perspective, which we can respect, but then at the same time, we must keep or we should have our own perspective so that we know where we are headed in life. The Hierophant brings you that message that have your own perspective, have a rule book for yourself, be willing to follow the society's rule book for a while. That too. Have a rule book for yourself and be willing to follow the society's rule book for a while. You may have to do tasks for social approval, but then that's exactly what takes you forward. Remember the loose ends? These may be the loose ends in your case, my dear Aries. For now, be into conformity. For a while, conformity is required because that conformity will take you much ahead, much faster. And have forgiveness and mercy for yourself and for people, because the Hierophant, the Pope, is also the embodiment of the Pope himself, who is supposedly the most forgiving living entity in the Catholic pantheon or Catholic religion, be it Orthodox, Protestant, Roman Catholic, Christianity rather. So be like the Pope, who knows everything, who understands everything, who understands his responsibility. He doesn't do everything on his own. Is almost like a king, but more generous side, more merciful side. Then there is the King of Swords as well, the other message. So while being this merciful or forgiving character, at the same time, do not forget the intelligence part. Because how are you going to tie up loose ends? The Hierophant himself is very intelligent, but then King is the one that takes action. So the King of Swords over here is saying that with a hardened fist, or with a strong will rather, with a strong will and using the intelligence of a king, you can overcome any issues or any problems that you may have. However, the king also is one person who takes steps. So be the person who is willing to take steps towards bettering your situation, and be disciplined. So if discipline has been lacking, this is the indication, like king is disciplined. There is no way that a king can remain a king if he's not disciplined. Then there is maintain truthfulness. Being truthful is also one of the qualities of the king. If the king is the liar, so becomes the population or the subjects. That's exactly what is said in Indian philosophy as well, or Eastern philosophy rather. Yatha Raja, there's a saying in Sanskrit, Yatha Raja Tatha Praja, which means the subjects are as the king is. Okay, or so the subjects become as the king is. So the king must remain truthful and honest to his work. There is a lot of mental ability which will be required. So intelligence. Maintaining authority. So maintain your authority. The Pope has authority. The king has authority. Be the authoritative person that you are, who needs to get things done, but then maintain that forgiveness and mercifulness as well. Be a just king. That's what the King of Swords is. He can cut off anybody's head at any point in time, but he doesn't. Because he uses discernment, because he uses his qualities of truthfulness and intelligence and being able to draw mental clarity. So kindly have that mental clarity, or try to work towards that mental clarity. Tie those loose ends from your Ten of Wands situation. And I see you on the other side as marching ahead, getting towards your goal. I see that seems to be your driving force right now. Fantastic one, Aries. And if this is your sun, moon, or rising sign, so do watch your sun, moon, and rising signs for a complete understanding of your situation. Taurus, the mighty ones. This is your reading for the full moon. What does the full moon bring you the messages? I'm also doing this reading at the magic hour as the sun sets and the moon rises. So let all the energies in the universe bring you clarity and the messages that you need. Is there any other message? Yes. Wow. Okay, Taurus. We are going to go a little deeper with you. I'm going to try to read all of these cards as quick as I can. So let me open them in one go. Right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Wow. Okay, Taurus. Continuing from the Ten of Wands. So responsibilities, loose ends, yes. Things that need to be cleaned up, yes. Do watch the Ten of Wands again if you don't remember. Rewind and jump back. I'll try to put in chapters this time. And your first card is Ace of Swords. So Ace of Swords is a card that says that, look, the moment you are willing to take a step, things will start solving themselves. Okay? All you need to do is take a step in the positive direction. As long as that is not happening, nothing else is happening. Okay? So it is your prerogative, it is your responsibility. You are the person with the 10 burdens or a lot of burdens that you may have taken on or created for yourself. Sort them out. As long as you're willing to take a step, things will start sorting themselves out. Okay? This also talks about mental clarity. It talks about breakthroughs. You'll get breakthroughs and ideas in the moment you're willing to take a step. It talks about new ideas, success, a sharp mind, maybe also a new conflict. And in rare cases, a surgery. Rare cases of surgery. So beware of this new conflict, because of course in trying to sort out your burdens, be careful of what you're removing and what you're keeping. Sometimes you may have to use force, but then as long as you're willing to take a step, those things will sort themselves out. Be willing, in a way the Swords also says that be willing to cut some things off, because you do need to cut some things off. And you have been procrastinating maybe, and that's why the Ace of Swords is showing up, like take that step. You cannot be wasting your time with that anymore. I'm sorry. The next is Queen of Cups. So this could be the matters of the heart that you need to sort. There may be multiple situations, options, people that you may be involved with, and that's kind of hindering or overburdening your life. In that overburden, you may be forgetting yourself and the people that are, or the things that are actually important to you. Since it's emotion, I would say the people that are important to you. Here it says, be more compassionate. There may be more comfort coming your way, calmness coming your way, nurturing, healing, and emotional stability. So of course, if you're cutting out the unnecessary people in your life, there would be emotional stability. There is intuitiveness and caring. So of course, you would be feeling that emotional thing as well, to care for people, to love someone that you, to have someone to love, or to love the someone that you have. Then there is Tower. Okay, so that means a lot of emotional upheaval coming your way. When you're cutting ties and looking at caring and all that stuff, there will be things that will be revealed to you, and there will be structures that you have built which will suddenly fall. Okay, emotional structures, physical structures, breakdown of things can also happen because the Mercury retrograde is on. Take this tower as a warning. This is a breakdown of things that is about to happen. Okay, uh, it means sudden change, which could be unpleasant, chaotic situations. That is why a lot of intelligence and discernment is required right now. You'll have to keep your head straight because there will be things that will try to drive you crazy or that will drive you mad. Okay, and then there is a revelation, probably a disaster, awakening from a disaster. But then all is not lost. There is Nine of Wands, which means you will still have things to maintain yourself. All you need to do is persevere and maintain faith. Persistence of faith and courage is also required. You may lose some battles, but then the war is not over yet. Learn to make some boundaries. Be willing to take a stand for what is right, what is not, and gear up for some bad scenarios. That is also a continuation from the Tower card. Okay, be willingness to have that weariness. Okay, now it comes to Seven of Cups. That means, okay, you may be playing with too many options, you may be playing with too many things in your life, which is what is causing confusion. Which means also that new opportunities may still show up. It still will mean that you are carrying on the wishful thinking, so wishes are showing up, but then you will have to make those choices at some point in time. You're still confused in your choices. So there will be choices that will show up. Some of them will be illusion, delusion, uh, and it seems like you're still searching for a purpose in all of this disharmony that is going on in your life. There's a lot of daydreaming going on, and at the same time there is thoughts for the future. So since your ground is kind of shaken, in a way you can take this opportunity to actually shape up your new life. If I remember from your last reading, there is purposeful things that are happening. So the shake-up is also purposeful. It is not unpurposeful. The Eight of Pentacles over here says, be willing to do the due diligence. Make your plans in solid stone, or make your plans in sand at least, but then be willing to put those things down on pen and paper. There will be high passion, looking for high standards, and hoping to gain mastery over things. There is skill development, as in learning new things, and doing some things repetitively. So, of course, this is a card that is making you move forward towards your actual personal goals, which would relate to earning money, doing tasks like that, which would bring you prosperity. But at the same time, there is death. So death means major transformation, and all this chaos that is going in your life is the doings of destiny, because there are things that you have been ignoring, and it is the Mercury retrograde, and it is the Lion's Gate. So life is not sparing you now. Either you fix it, you do what is needed to be done, or it's going to keep crushing you. Simple as that. Okay, it's going to crush your plans. Any plans that you make which are not conducive to you are going to be crushed in a way, or going to be changed. Overall, on a grand level, if you're willing to accept this process, then there is a lot to happen, because transformation is generally transforming towards a better self or a better life. Hopefully in your case. Depends on your karma too. Depends on what kind of forces have you been playing with. The same situations can be positive. The same situations can also be negative. Also depends on how we have been operating in our lives. It's just the planetary situations. If it's supposed to give you results of your karma, it's going to give you good if you've been doing good, if you've been sowing seeds of fruits, and it's going to give you cactus if you've been growing seeds of cactus. So yeah, well, there's that. So my dear Taurians, be careful this week and use your discernment and intelligence. And if you want me to explain any card, or if you want to discuss any situation, you can message me, you can write to me, you can comment. And now it is time for Geminis. So card number 1 for Gemini. See any other messages for Gemini? Number 2, any other message for Gemini during this full moon, Mercury Retrograde? Here we are. Okay, lots of messages for you too, Gemini. Interesting. So let's start with the first one. Number 6, 6 of Wands, victory. So it seems like you're gaining some ground, you're gaining some victories in your life. This week, carrying on from the 10 of Wands, if you're able to tie up your loose ends together, there will be other people who will be cheering up and pushing you in the right direction. There is public recognition, there is victory, there is purpose, there is self-confidence. Ooh, somebody's doing good. Okay. Next card, the Emperor. Wow. Whoa, Geminis, this week seems to be bringing you some really good direction to move forward into. So the Emperor is all about respect, leadership, stability, structure, rules of power, authority. He's also a father figure, protection, control, discipline, focus, and practicality. As in, you're heading towards taking those responsibilities that you have been wanting to take, and gaining the respect, taking on the leadership role, becoming that advisor to people, and following that rules of power. So things are working in your favor. Next card, death still. Okay. So death shows up in your reading as well, my dear Geminis. And this means, okay, so your transformation is not over yet. Some major transformations will happen this week too for you as well. That means maybe endings and new beginnings, changes, transformation, transition, metamorphosis, and the ending of a cycle. So ending of a cycle, beginning of new, and the doings of destiny that nobody has control over, but it is bringing you things that you have been wanting to move forward to, or bringing ending some situations that you have been ignoring. Wow, okay. Next is 8 of Pentacles. 8 of Pentacles, I would say in anybody's reading, if 8 of Pentacles is appearing these days, it's a very good sign, because we are in the Lionsgate portal. That means your future is shaping up now. Be willing to sow seeds that you would want to see growing up, okay? Or be willing to nurture the seeds that you've already grown. That means repetitive tasks. Some things repetitively will polish your skills over there. You will polish your growth, will pave the way better. Okay, there is passion, there is diligence, there is high standards and apprenticeship. So be willing to learn from someone as well. Then apprenticeship and mastery, working towards mastering a few things. Further skill development, learning. So basically working towards a positive future. From death to 8 of Pentacles, very good. This means you are taking your goals very seriously. Okay, Page of Cups. Now, Page of Cups is a little dreaminess over here. You're still looking at things that may call for, is this what I really want to do, or is that what I really want to do? So there is some inner thought confusion still going on about the things that you really want to do or should be doing. It says there is creative opportunities, intuitive messages, curiosity, possibilities, and happy surprises. Be the dreamer that you are, so be willing to dream, it's okay. And sensitivity and maybe new love. Ooh, interesting. If you're not already in a relationship, and if you're looking for new love, take this as a sign that somebody's showing up for you. Okay. Now, this also, I would say that it also talks about taking that idea forward. Taking that idea forward, as in the fish is looking at the person is looking at the fish. There is water next to the person. So he's still deciding, should he let the fish go? Should he eat it? Should the fish jump out? there is still some confusion with the ideas, which means there are many creative thoughts going in your head. Just try to get to a realistic point of view. When this dreaminess is going on, there's a lot of times we forget the realism part of the story. We get lost in the dreaminess. So, warning there, look at creativeness, but then also look at practicality. What would be the real scenario? Otherwise, the fish would just jump into the water and you'll be looking at an empty cup. Next is Wheel of Fortune. Okay, some really good time. One death card means, okay, transformation, but transformation for the good. Right. So up the card says, Wheel of Fortune says, good luck, karma, life cycle. So if you've been doing good karma is going to come to you. Destiny's doings. So what is destined for you will start coming your way. The turning point or the change that you've been looking for in life will start manifesting now. Inevitable fate. So whatever is inevitable, whatever is to come to you, will for surely make its way to you. There will be ups and downs and unpredictability, yes, because it's karma and life and the sum of all actions kind of taking shape. So there will be ups and downs, but then in a way you are being watched over. The whenever the Wheel of Fortune appears, I would say you are being watched over by your angels, by your guides, by your life gurus and ancestral spirits, and let them do what they're doing. You just do what you need to do, because there is the Emperor. That is what you need to focus on. Okay, from the entire thing, I would say the Emperor is what you need to focus on, and because the Emperor can make decisions. If you're lost in your dreaminess with the Page of Cups, rely on the Emperor's instincts. Then is the Eight of Pentacles, which means be willing to learn new things, be willing to move in the positive direction, and do your job well. Do it repetitively, do it nicely until you can master it. If not, then at least be willing to learn from someone. Right, Geminis. Some serious stuff going on over there. Okay. Well, if you want me to explain anything, do like, comment, subscribe, all of that stuff. Every hit counts. It motivates me to bring you more and more. And from this week, I will also start doing one random raffle lucky reading for a person. So I bid you thank you and namaste from high in the Himalayas, from the village of Vashisht. I see you next time. Namaste. Have a good one.